Hello everybody, welcome to my art like commentary channel where I discuss my opinions in art related things. Sometimes different and sometimes relatable. This is my first time making these kinds of videos, mostly inspired by Creepshow Art, Hopeless Peaches, and Yuki Buns. I'll link their channels in the description down below. Twitter, Instagram, both at Navy_baby, and link down below. Quick disclaimer, these are simply my own opinions. It's only if you wish to agree or not, but please understand this is simply my perspective on things. Now, let's get into the video. Quick editor's note, so I stopped writing the script halfway because I got lazy and I already wanted to record the video, so if you see a little bit of if you hear a little bit of stuttering, that's why. So back onto the video. Now, what comes to mind when you think of referencing photos, poses, colors even? What? You just go with the flow or you just follow the lines? What do you think? In my own opinion, I think it's very important to reference things in art especially so you can get the grasp of how it feels like to draw and you know what you're doing. Now, what do you think of heavily referencing? Many might say referencing, but more capture of the details. Others might say it's copying or straight up tracing. Now, children, let's all be respectful to each other. I don't want any arguments in the comments. You can comment down below your view or your opinions, but please keep it respectful. In my honest case, I think it helps a lot with stepping out of your comfort zone or seeing things in a different light, what you normally wouldn't see. And trying to get out of the norm. But why do some artists don't like it when people heavily reference them? Now, this is only my perspective, so please don't hate me. And please don't attack me. You know, when you draw something for a school project, let's say you draw a cool horse with a soldier. Yeah, let's go with that. So you finish the project and presentation day rolls in and someone presents their project. As you realize, that person also drew a horse, but with a regular person, and the horse is a unicorn. You can just imagine the devastation you feel, and you feel like your work is being taken. Some artists feel like their work is being taken, copied, and it's understandable. And all others, in all honesty, we should respect artists who don't want to be heavily referenced. And I know that example isn't really the best, but you have to understand how the artist feels. You know, some artists feels like their work is being taken or copied, and sometimes they feel like their art isn't really good enough. So instead, try referencing from Pinterest. You know, not exactly from an artist. Let me just say, for example, I grabbed one of my artworks. Let's just say I was a random person. I grabbed Navy's artwork and I heavily referenced her without even asking for her permission or for anything from her. I just heavily referenced it and posted it. Maybe I give credits, maybe I don't. And then Navy finds out and suddenly I'm in trouble because Navy didn't want her work to be copied. Quick disclaimer, I'm fine if you heavily reference me. Just please give me credit. Thank you. Now, artists do feel like that. Not everyone not everyone thinks the same way as you do or as I do. You know, let's just say you draw a house and then someone else draws a house, but it has 3 windows and a door and yours only have 1 door. And I know it's another bad example, but not everyone. When I was in grade school, I didn't like it when people copied my work because I felt like, they're taking my grade away from me and they're not doing anything. Of course, now that I'm in high school, I really don't care, because sometimes I'm dumb as well. But what if an artist doesn't want you to heavily reference their work? To be honest, I'd ask for an artist's permission before doing anything. The same can go for tracing, I guess, but if you're gonna trace, which is gonna be in another video, but if you're gonna trace someone, just please keep it to yourself. Do not post it at all. But if you're gonna heavily reference the artist and you want to post it, then I suggest DMing them before heavily referencing them, so then you can get the A-OK. And please credit them, because artists don't like to be really, let's just say, things happen and they're not aware of. Things happen to them, they're not aware of, and they feel hurt because you didn't tell them anything. But what if an artist falsely accuse you of heavily referencing them? And it has happened. It actually happened to my friend one time when she messaged me and she's like, guys, can I get your opinion? Because my friend is saying that I copied her hairstyle, the way how she does hair. This is traditional art. Basically, there's no way how you can copy a technique for doing your hairstyle. And this person didn't know that, she was doing the same hairstyle. And it was her profile picture. And the person that was being accused didn't know how to feel because she's like, I didn't copy you. And it was an argument back and forth. I had to help her and said, no, you didn't heavily reference her. They're both different styles. I can see the difference. They're not both the same. And she told her that, and it was an ongoing argument. I was like, dang, why do artists do this? And she didn't even post a drawing. It was just a drawing of her profile picture. And it was a kind of long argument, and I'm not kidding when I say hair shading. Yes, hair shading. That looks nothing like each other. Like, you can tell the difference and say, oh, it's not even close. And it's easy to tell the difference, and then, but the girl accusing her, they just kept going back and forth, and she said, well, give me credit because you took me from, you heavily referenced my hairstyle and my technique, and I want credit. Credit me in your bio. And then I was like, but that makes no sense if it's not her work either. So basically, a useless argument. And it happens a lot. Although, in all cases, heavily referencing does have a line when it comes to it. And whoever said referencing is cheating can see this fist in their face. Because referencing, you can use it all you want, sweetheart. It's not cheating. Whoever says cheating, please don't listen to them. It's not. Use it all you want. Another quick editor's note. So, there's gonna be a clip here that's gonna be randomly added. More art because, fast forward, I didn't know that I didn't have enough clips, so I recently recorded the coloring process, so I'm sorry if it comes out random like right now. Please, please forgive me. I didn't know that I didn't have enough process for the video, but next time I'll definitely avoid that problem. Thank you, and let's continue on to the video. So now let's explain the difference between heavily referencing and heavily inspiration. Now, for me, I'm heavily inspired by anime, like you're seeing right here. P.S. I'm still trying to find my own style, but still, I'm heavily inspired by anime, and I'm pretty sure a lot of artists are inspired by anime. And it's not a bad thing to be heavily inspired by someone. I'm heavily inspired by many other artists as well, not just anime. But I don't think we should exactly shield the heavily inspiration as a bad thing. Because, people are going to confuse heavily referencing with heavily inspired. There's nothing wrong with being inspired. There's nothing wrong to be heavily inspired. It just motivates you to do a little more. Like what I'm doing right now. It's improving on my art style. I'm heavily inspired by many other things, not just art. And it happens a lot. It's not just a shield just to say, oh, please don't be inspired by my work or something. I don't know what I just said there, but please just go with what I said. But what I'm trying to say here is being heavily inspired isn't the same as heavily referencing. Let's just say I'm drawing Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins. I know, bad example, but let's just say that. And let's just say I want to use the same pose as, as a cosplayer did with her. And I draw her, and it, kind of heavily referenced, kind of not. But I was heavily inspired to draw Elizabeth after I saw the cosplay. And it's not really exactly a terrible thing to be heavily inspired. It's just that, give kind of like credits, if you're heavily inspired by something, it's like the same thing goes for heavily referencing. If you heavily reference, give credits, where credit's due. And if you're heavily inspired, give credits where credits is due. But don't be afraid to be inspired by something. Inspiration is many things than just one. And it's not only in art, it can come, in many other forms of media, like me trying to do this YouTube channel where I got heavily inspired by the people I mentioned in the first part of the video. And, it comes in those kind of ways. And I just hope they're not mad at me for this. But one thing that I do hope is that, they notice me and give their opinions on my videos. But you guys give me your opinions as well, because this is my first time doing this and I'm just nervous. Next time I'm writing on my phone what I'm gonna record and not on a notebook, because I got lazy real quick and I kept skipping parts and chopping it up instead of writing everything on one day. It was 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was just ongoing, and I couldn't ever finish a script. Right now I'm off script because I was too lazy to finish writing it. But, you know, because I didn't want to stutter. But, you know, it's alright, I guess. Well, now we're here. I know I didn't mention a lot of parts. I know my examples weren't really the best, but I hope you know where I was coming from with these examples. I just hope they're not as terrible, you know. And I hope that you guys really like this video. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be really great. Comment down below your opinions and some help. I'm sorry if I had to cut many parts because, you know, I was kind of nervous and I really don't know. I really didn't know what to say because I kept stuttering. And it's my first time. So yeah, if you guys could please leave below your opinions, both positive and both critiquing, that would be really great. Please check out my social media links, and please check out the people that I mentioned. Also, this character that I'm drawing isn't mine. It's by my friends, and it's a Draws in Your Style prize. And I will be coming up with more sprites soon. Just enjoy my OC vibing in the corner for now. And that will wrap up today's video. And I'll see you lovelies the next time. Bye. You like today's video? Mind leaving down a comment on what video I should do next. I'm planning to do a video about the Instagram algorithm for all my lovely artists out there. If you like today's video, please check out my other videos that I'm going to put out in the future. Subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can always get my notifications. And please follow me on Instagram because I'll be posting a lot on there. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, lovely day.